So recently one of my monitors went out and I've been looking for a replacement. It was a 4K 60Hz monitor with an IPS panel. I used it for mainly video editing, photo editing, and simply just to watch YouTube, things like that. Really didn't game on it. For gaming, I have a 1080p 144Hz monitor. Yes, I know it's 1080p, but it's 144Hz and that's what I care about the most. I'm more of a refresh rate person rather than a resolution person. When I originally purchased my 4K monitor, I thought I wouldn't care about the 60Hz. And for the longest, I didn't. I just cared about the high resolution and the HDR that was on the monitor. But then I was introduced to high refresh rate monitors and this changed my perspective completely. Now I'm not looking at so much of resolution and more of refresh rate when it comes to monitors. So instead of going for 4K, I decided to look for a 2K monitor. Reason being is because it'll be a lot easier for my PC to run 2K and keep that 144Hz refresh rate. Right now in my PC build, I have an Intel Core i7 1300KF along with an RTX 3070 Ti. If you have a high refresh rate on your monitor, you want to have the right frame rate to match that refresh rate, or else it won't give you that smooth look. And it's not just about looking smooth. With a higher refresh rate, you're able to see more while moving quickly. So if you're playing a game like Call of Duty or any first-person shooter and you're moving side to side really quick, during those turns, you're able to see a little bit more because things are a little bit smoother because your monitor is refreshing quicker. This is why refresh rate is important. So with that being said, the ideal monitor I'm looking for is a 1440p, at least 144Hz monitor, and also 27 inches because that's what the rest of my monitors are. I guess Temu was eavesdropping on the conversation with my wife because I told her my monitor went out, and later that day they recommended me a 1440p 27 inch 177Hz monitor at $124. I couldn't believe this. I've never purchased anything from Temu before. That's why looking at this ad, instantly I feel super skeptical. But that's $124 with a little bit of tax. It still won't be that bad. So I bought it. So this is the actual box it came with. When I received this, my heart sank to my stomach because it was so light. Sometimes you want your technology to be light, your phones, things like that, but not your monitor. That's not a good look for your monitor to be super light, at least in this case. But with it being super light, that's still not a problem. With the weight, I'm thinking it's probably made cheap, but that doesn't mean the quality of the screen is going to be bad. I hope not. It just has the normal, and then we have the monitor here. This is super thin. Like, don't know how well you could tell from here, but towards the bottom, of course, it's thicker, but it's super thin towards the top. So as you can see, the screen is glossy. And if you look towards the side, something that's weird, and I don't know why they made it like this, the buttons are right here on the back. You got the power button and the rest of the menu buttons. I don't like that. Why would you put it on the back? You could just put it on the side. You got all the space right here. Actually not. It tapers off a little bit. I guess they had to, but it's $124. I'm not complaining. This claims to have a 1 millisecond response time, also with a 170Hz refresh rate. That's just a really weird number in my opinion. Along with AMD FreeSync and G-Sync, it says, and it also has all the important ports that you need, like HDMI and display port, which is super surprising because the monitor that I have here is 1080p, a little bit older, and it doesn't even have display port. I still think it's crazy that this monitor comes with it at such a cheap price. Now it also comes with a VESA mount, which is perfect in my situation because that's exactly what I needed. But one of the last things that I noticed is that it has a 1000 to 1 contrast ratio. Now this is really on the low end. If you look at some of the other monitors that have similar specs like Dell monitors and things like that, they all have a 3000 to 1 contrast ratio. And all that is how bright your brightest pixels can get compared to your darkest pixels. This will give you that nice contrast when you're looking at videos and playing games. But enough about the specs. We got to see how this thing actually performs. So I'm going to try to put this together without breaking it and see how it goes. All right, so it took me about 5 minutes to put this together. It was just 4 screws in the back, 1 screw at the bottom, and that was pretty much it. So I found out something that was super unfortunate about this monitor. It's not adjustable at all. This is all you get. You get this little short bar, and compared to how my other monitor sit, I don't think it's gonna fit in well. We just have to find out. Well, I got the monitor in place. I'm really feeling this non-adjustable stand. Everything's so uneven, but if you buy a VESA mount, you can fix this, no problem. It'll be like $25, $30, somewhere around there. And something I noticed about this monitor, if you want to use the actual 177Hz refresh rate, you have to use a display cable. If you use the HDMI cable, you'll be limited to 144Hz. So keep that in mind if you purchase this monitor. Overall, everything's not too bad. I haven't turned it on yet. We're about to actually see if it works. All right, so we got the monitor all hooked up. And then as soon as I moved my mouse on it, I could tell that this is not at the max refresh rate. So we're gonna see if we can actually increase the refresh rate on this monitor. All right, so we're gonna just right click, go to display settings, and I'm gonna go to my second monitor. Let's go down to advanced display, and we can see that it's currently in 60 hertz right now. So we could definitely increase it. Let's increase that to 170 hertz. Oh, that's buttery smooth. It looks real nice. So the monitor to my left is actually 144, and this one right here is 170, and I'm not gonna say I can tell a clear difference, but this does look slightly smoother. And I played on a 144 hertz screen a very long time, and that may be why I can see a difference. I'm not sure, but it does look really nice, especially for a Temu monitor.